averaging just under 13 per game.
Yeah, also getting him 8.5 rebounds per game. He's a high-energy player on the inside, both offensively and defensively.
Samford on your TV. They're dressed in white and blue. Mississippi College with a navy blue and gold and white. Samford wins the tip, and we are underway. That's Quez Glover.
Choctaws come out in man-to-man pressure. Samford's going to try to get that ball in the hole, kick out for threes.
Cardette finds the open man, and Capus opens up with a home run.
Yeah, easy start. Cardette drove the ball into the lane, drew the defense to him, kicked it out for an easy three-pointer.
And then the steal. Glover, short mid-ranger, won't go. Tryon, the easy rebound and bucket.
Tryon's got the most height out there today, so Choctaws got to keep him off the offensive glass, but here's probably the number bit of a struggle after a hot start the first game or two, knocking those down. But back at home, that first one went in. That's nice to see for him. Helps the shooter get his stroke going.
Some pressure again by Samford.
Now the pressure, they were leading into a half-court trap off that first dribble. Now just fall back into standard man-to-man defense.
Davis Thompson needs a big game. Berzak.
Samford's been working hard in the offseason and the start of this season on that man-to-man defense, guarding your man so they don't have to help as much, so they can keep pressure on the wings, make harder passes out there available for the other team.
Bucky McMillan has been very pleased with the progress physically and numerically of Jacob Tryon, the big man, who's really, as we call him, a stretch five. He's been hitting the boards well, and he altered one of those Mississippi College shots in this last possession.
Yeah, he's tall and long on the inside. That's what they need him to do, is change shots. You don't even have to get the block every time. Just make it hard when people drive in.
Miles Miller. And then Samford with a steal. 2-on-1. Here's the finish. Yeah. Dunk you.
It's another one of those live ball turnovers that led to a 2-on-1. Glover made the unselfish decision, giving the ball up to Cardette for the dunk.
Another steal. It's Tryon. Quez Glover off the glass.
Glover is explosive to the goal. As a point guard, that's his main thing. He is trying to get to the goal to create something for himself or for teammates. Shoots the three ball a little bit, but he'd rather get going toward the goal.
Miles Miller. Lamont Berzak out of New Orleans. Nice pass from Miller. Will it lead to points? Leads to a whistle.
Yeah, he got Tryon off his feet, was able to draw the contact to get it to the free throw line.
Free throws coming up for Zach Jones. Jones, a 6'7", 200-pound junior, native of Mississippi. Two coming. Substitutions. Jaden Campbell coming in for Samford, as well as Daniel Loback. Loback keeps climbing that ladder there, Boyd.
He is, the Bulldogs have one of their big men out right now, the broken finger, giving Loback a chance to earn minutes.
Talking about Logan Dye, expected back right around conference time. Cooper Kafis.
Jaden Campbell, that just checked in, was a star at the beginning of the year. He's been coming off the bench the last couple games, and it's been working really well for him. He's been scoring really well off the bench.
There's Kafis for three.
Got a spark for the Bulldogs, and Kafis' three will be as well.
And Mississippi College right now, my recommendation, just stay with it, grind it. Grind it, get good shots.
Yeah, they're able to protect the ball that time. They got the kick out for the open three. This is the kind of shot they need to get today.
I think they're a little bit nervous, a little anxious, maybe is a better word. Another three ball. And Mississippi College gets it.
The good news, when you get a stop, that keeps the press from being set up on you. So
right.
A little easier to get up the court, but then they turn it over on the half court.
Didn't matter. Here's Kafis still trying to find the ball. And instead, Miles Miller. Now man advantage for the Choctaws. Second chance won't fall.
Kafis was inside the three-point line that time. That's why he must have balled it, because he just wants to be outside there shooting.
He was in his no-shoot zone there. More subs coming in. Richardson, Matre. Jaron Riley for Samford. Comfortable lead for Samford, so Bucky McMillan using that long bench of his. Meanwhile, only 9 players suiting up tonight for Mississippi College.
And that's one thing that'll pay dividends for the Bulldogs. A lot of bodies means more energy on defense. Don't get tired. If you get tired, just come out. Another player comes in for you.
Shot clock violation.
Yeah, the Choctaws, at least, they were able to keep the ball, get a shot up, got it blocked at the end, but it wasn't a live ball turnover. Bulldogs taken out of bounds. That means Mississippi College can set up their defense, not worry about a fast break points this time.
Really will do the inbounding. A lot of clubs would love to have him as a starter, and right now the way that Bucky McMillan draws up his offense, he's actually backing up Quez Glover. Yeah. This is low back one-on-one.
Really's definitely a pass-first point guard, but if you set him up at the three-point line, he's over 50% from the three-point line.
Good hard work, Wesley Cardette.
Yeah, good job driving right and finishing with a man in his face.
Next whistle will bring our first official timeout. I think the Choctaws need a break just to regroup. Zach Jones.
It'll help if they can just see that ball go through that room one time.
Here's Jones. That's Vale. That's Tryon. Big man. Handoff. Ritchie. Now Tryon down low. One fake. Draws the foul. Foul should be on Galen Smith.
Trying's hard to miss down there, wide open. He started playing those arms a little bit. I'm here.
That will give the foul to Judah Jordan. And then Tryon will go to the free throw line. Free throws are not his friend. He's 1 for 6 after that miss.
Yeah, hadn't shot a ton of them, but, you know, odd when you're shooting, what, 2 for 8 now from the free throw line, but you're 45% from the three-point line.
Right.
Just need to scoot back a couple steps and shoot it from there.
Yeah, I was going to say that. He's got 5 threes this year. He's 5 from 11.
That's like, he is a good shooter. Just something about that line early on. That last one may break that streak for him.
Mississippi College trying to find their rhythm. Pacing has been dominated by Samford so far. A good look for the Mississippi College.
Yeah, good possession. They drove the lane, drew the defense, kicked out for the three, just didn't go in again. Seems like they're starting to settle down, getting used to the pressure now a little bit.
Strong move, draws a whistle. Lamont Berzat not afraid to take it to the rack.
Yeah, Richie tried to slide over and draw the charge, but you can see that he drew it on the side and definitely got the block there as he kind of shifted over to the left.
As you mentioned, it was Ritchie on the foul. Berzat, pretty good free throw shooter until that miss. He's 12 for 16 coming into this game.
There you go. They need to take advantage of all the freebies they can get today at that line.
Vale finding Tryon.
Soft left baby hook. Drew a little contact on the dribble, turned the other way. Nice little hook from Tryon.
I think he stole that move from injured teammate Logan Dye. Berzat, kick out for 3, no good. Nice. Talk about a baby hook there, Lamont.
They have gotten a couple offensive rebounds the last couple of possessions down for the Choctaws. That's good to get them some extra shots at the rim.
Let's try on big man for three.
There's that three-pointer we were talking about. Good shooter from the line.
And a nice reverse.
Yeah, good decision with the big man on him, going underneath the rim. Use that to kind of block off the shot blocker.
Ball movement by the Bulldogs. Bucky McMillan is going to have a line change. He literally has 5 guys getting ready to come in. Tryon's three.
Well, he started the game at 45% for the season. Now he's over 50.
Talking about your stretch 5. European player.
Yeah, Bulldogs have 2 players now in the season shooting over 50% for the three-point line. Perhaps they need to get a few more out there. A few more shot opportunities.
Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer from the base. Got it. Big shot, Miles Miller.
Yeah, we talked about the Choctaws needing to knock down those threes today, and so far just 1 for 4 with the Bulldogs being 3 for 4. So.
Miles Miller. Going against Jaden Campbell. Miller. Open 3 after the penetration. Rebound by Cardette. Cardette's only a freshman. Glover in traffic. I don't know how he navigated his body to get that shot off. Mississippi with a rebound. Mississippi College. Nice bounce pass. Can they get points?
Working hard on those offensive rebounds to get extra opportunities.
3 ball. A little too hard. Glover. No, nobody touched him.
Saw the big man.
I'm off the hook. He's perfect in my eyes, you know. Nice research by the quarterback, Will Hudson.
Well, you talk about 35 for 35. That also means he's getting to the free throw line a good amount, too.
That's what you want out of your point guard, don't you?
Yeah, he's so aggressive driving to the goal. He's been getting to that free throw line a lot and knocking them all down. Choctaws have done good the last 5 minutes or so, not turning the ball over. They turned it over 5 times. Five times until right then. And hadn't turned it over in the probably 4 or 5 minutes before that one. Again, at least that was a dead ball turnover. Doesn't lead to a fast break.
Right. Zach Jones called for the violation.
Right when you're getting ready to praise him on handling the pressure.
Cardette. Tough shot. Samford ball. Cardette, a freshman from Fort Lauderdale. Wesley Cardette. Friendly bounce at home.
Glover came up with another steal for the Bulldogs.
Second chance. Open man right there. Campbell. Yes.
So far, just about every shot's working for the Bulldogs, inside and out.
Samford has gone small right now, Boyd. I see 3 guards on the floor.
Yeah, you basically have Cardette kind of playing that 4 position, about 6'5", long player. Marshall being the tallest one on the floor at 6'6" for the Bulldogs.
3 ball from the wing. Zach Jones from the left side couldn't finish. Loose ball scramble, jump. Angel Smith will check in for the Bulldogs.
It's the 12th player the Bulldogs have already used today. When you're talking about a deep bench, they're going to have fresh legs all night playing that many people.
That's about 2/3 of the roster. There's another whole team waiting to get in. In fact, they're so large. Look at them. They have to stand behind the bench. Cardette trying to break his man down.
Yeah, move Glover off the ball this time. Let Cardette bring it up as the point guard.
Shot clock going down. And a foul on Mississippi College. Kafis was in trouble and bailed out.
Yeah, he was a little bit in no man's land, about 15, 16 feet from the goal when he got fouled on that drive.
Tre'Davious Thompson on the foul. Glover gets swatted out of bounds by Zach Jones.
Yeah, Glover met 6'7" at the rim. 6'7" won that one.
Lob for Cardette. Wesley spins. Bank was closed. And it will be Mississippi College basketball. Samford foul. In fact, the foul was on Angel Smith.
Well, as much pressure as Samford's been putting on the Choctaws this first half. First 11 minutes of the game, they only have 3 fouls so far, so they're doing a good job of pressuring without fouling.
Marcellus Vale is now in. I don't know if you counted him as one of the 12 guys earlier, but he's in now. And that's him defending Miles Miller. Jones. Shot clock was emptying out anyways. Here's Glover. 3 ball. Wing, no. Miller keeps his head up. Stop. Mid-range won't go.
Yeah, probably not the shot Coach Bolden would want coming down. No passes for the 15-footer. Got to move that ball around, use a little bit more shot clock. Let that ball come back to you for that shot.
Closing in on 8 minutes remaining opening half. Dogs leading the Choctaws.
And we talked about the need of Thompson getting off, and so far 0 for 4 for Tre'Davious Thompson for the Choctaws.
Angel Smith. That's Thompson right there. Nice move, but did not get the road bounce.
Trying with the phantom charge take on that one. But still messed up Thompson's drive enough to, he missed at the rim.
Almost a travel instead, a nice finish. Miles Miller. Pivot foot was ready to get up. And Miller with a nice layup from the left side.
Yeah, Miller had the big guy coming at him, knew he didn't quite have his feet right. Drove by him for the easy layup.
Glover fade away. Wing 3, got it. Big first half for Cardette. Now has 9.
Cardette's had a little bit of a slow start for the season from the three-point line, shooting about 31%. If he can get that up another 4 or 5 percentage points, that's going to make him pretty deadly. You got to pressure him more on the outside. Will create those driving lanes even easier for him.
Between the two teams, 7 new guys are coming in at the next whistle. From the wing, that won't fall. Then Tryon's got the board.
If I'm out on the floor right now, I probably want to make sure there's no whistles then, so those subs can't all come in.
Right. Good point. Don't foul him. Don't foul him.
No
Get away.
whistle.
Wes Glover out of Knoxville, Tennessee. First went to Florida. 2 years for the Gators. Shot clock winding down. Tryon could hit that wing 3.
You know, without giving them the chance to drive to the goal to make something happen easy at the goal, or a kick out, which is your easiest three-pointer you can shoot. So you don't want to just have one pass around the perimeter, a couple dribbles, jack it up from three-pointer. Get to the goal, get to the rim, and either hit it or kick out for three.
You're not going to get this much space when you play Belmont and then get into conference play. And really the best basket for Samford, if you're Bucky McMillan, was the Quez Glover untouched layup. And I get that, again, point to the paint.
You know, that can be driving to the goal or hitting the big man around the basket. I mean, all that can happen. It just try to collapse the defense so when you kick it out for three, those are easier three-pointers to shoot. But nothing much easier than just shooting that wide-open layup that you mentioned a minute ago for Glover.
There's Berzat on the foul. Really. Matre. Shot clock at 6. Low back. Matre. Got to go up real soon.
Yeah, good half-court defense that time for the Choctaws. Keeping the Bulldogs out of the lane that time with solid man-to-man defense and then finishing on the other end with the 2 points.
Yeah, that's right there. An unbelievable possession for Mississippi College. First on the defense, then on the offense.
Yeah, probably the best possession they've had so far today. Had to guard the entire shot clock.
Matre comes back to grab 2. Really. Open man. Matre missed.
Mississippi College is pushing the tempo too when they get a defensive rebound, trying to get it out quick, try to beat Samford's defense before it gets set.
Errant pass there. Let's see what Matre does. Gonna wait for some help. No look. Good hands by Tre'Davious Thompson. Thompson right now, Boyd, we put the whammy on him. He has not scored yet. And we mentioned for them to be competitive, Mississippi College, he needs 20 plus.
Yeah, those open shots at 3 that they had at the beginning of the game with a few kickouts, they weren't going down. Only 1 3-pointer for the team in general, 1 for 7 right now from the 3-point line. It's going to be tough sledding if they can't knock down those threes.
Speaking of threes, yes. Made it look easy.
Yeah, it seemed like a very casual set shot that time from Campbell, knocking down the 3. Campbell shooting 40% for the 3-point line this year.
And then an answer by Thompson, his first points of the game.
Yeah, maybe that'll help get Thompson going, knocking down 1.
That's his 10th 3 of the year. Right in the middle of that zone, Galen Smith with a pick-off. And a whistle.
Yeah, really kind of got trapped in no man's land. Tried to hit low back down low. Got the steal instead. Leaned to a fast break opportunity that got a foul on Bulldogs. Going to the free throw line now to try to knock down some easy ones.
Tre'Davious Thompson. Talked about him in the opening. 6'2", 180. A sophomore from Raymond, Mississippi. Good looking free throw. More subs for Samford. Kafis back on the floor. Cardette back on the floor. Same thing with Tryon. Just over 4 remaining in the opening half. Thompson. Nice looking free throw. So he now has 5. He had no points about a minute ago. A 3-pointer and then 2 free throws. Cardette. Tryon. And then Tryon. An impressive start this year, Boyd, and as we have mentioned a few times, Bucky McMillan is maybe his 2 most prolific offensive players have not seen the court at all this year.
Yeah, getting 3 wins on the road, you know, it's always a luxury to get any wins on the road. They're away from the Pete and went 3-1. It's a strong start to the season when that happens.
Thompson with a nice pull-up. You know, I've always said and I always thought the road could obviously be a bonding experience. It looked like they did bond. And when you win, it helps get you even closer. Cardette fighting for it.
They definitely get to spend a lot of time together when you're on the road, especially when you're on the West Coast for a week.
Kafis and Tryon. exception of Tryon, I don't believe any other Samford player has been as far west as where they went out and played Oregon State.
We got 3 minutes left in the half, and neither team are in the bonus yet. It's been a pretty clean half when it comes to fouls.
Glover wide open. Ran with a big lead, 3 minutes remaining.
I think he's going to want to drive here on Jones.
Jaden Campbell. There's something so relaxing about his shot, isn't there? I don't know if he has a pulse.
Smooth little shot.
Oh, he's a native of Ontario, Canada. Bulldogs by 17 here in the opening half. Glover couldn't get the steal. Nice ball movement, Mississippi College, and it winds up a 3-ball. So Tre'Davious Thompson, boy, a slow start, but now 8 points in what we'll call the last about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, they did a good job taking advantage of that steal missed by Glover. Got himself out of position after he missed the steal. They had a 4-on-5 and got good ball movement to get it over for Thompson for the open 3 in the corner.
It feels like Mississippi College has survived that first wave. They get a bucket here, a 3 here. Now they're within shouting distance. Nice drive, strong finish.
Yeah, the big difference in the game right now is points off turnovers, where Samford leads 15-2, and a lot of those came that first 5 minutes of the game. And Mississippi College had a lot of turnovers against that pressure as they were getting used to it.
Cardet, Campbell gets fouled.
Choctaw's defense has really picked up here the last 10 minutes of the half, too. Samford's now just shooting 39% from the field.
Take a look at Jaden Campbell at the free throw line. Campbell, a sophomore from Ontario, Canada. And he played his college ball 2 years at Florida Southwestern. So he had a couple of years under his belt before he came to Samford.
Must have decided he was done with the snow. Go from Ontario down to Florida.
He was done. He put his hockey sticks away. And his skates, I'm going south. Canada is so underrated in terms of their basketball. You forget the Hall of Famer Steve Nash is a Canadian. Great drive finish by Thompson, who has caught fire.
Yeah, if he had hit a couple of those earlier in the game, he'd be looking at a really solid first half. But even without that, his scoring has really picked up, and that's helped to get the Choctaws back in the game, only down 12 now.
Glover. Here's Campbell again at 3. No. Here come the Choctaws trying to get back into this game. Offensive. Devin Carter on the foul. I think that was a good call.
Yeah, hit that shoulder just a little bit as he was going to the goal. Strong move. He put it in. If it just didn't count it.
And Glover sold it well, too.
Yeah.
It's only a 12-point game right now.
Yeah, again, the Bulldogs have cooled off pretty good from the field. Choctaw defense has held up well here.
Glover loses his man and then hits the fadeaway.
Yeah,
steal.
A great pullback by Glover to hit that 15-foot jumper. Throws his man. His man still went to the goal when he stopped.
There's Jaden Campbell. If I can get a quick plug in for my New York Knicks, my hometown teams, R.J. Barrett is also Canadian. But the best, again, was Hall of Famer and current Brooklyn Nets coach Steve Nash. You know, Nash was an outstanding soccer player. It could have been a pro soccer player.
I guess the state of Alabama likes Canadian basketball players too. University of Alabama had one that got drafted last year, Primo. Josh Primo was from Canada and ended up getting drafted in the first round of the NBA draft last year.
Miles Miller. Nice ball movement by Miller. A nice ball fake, rather.
Yeah,
That's a good handle.
Had a good idea trying to find Jones underneath that goal after that move. Marshall did a good job getting his leg on it to get it out of bounds. Thompson lost the ball on the way up. It wasn't really caused by the Bulldogs. Just didn't quite have a handle on it as he tried to squeeze in between two defenders.
There's about a 3-second separation between shot clock and game clock. Mississippi College, basically, boy, they've climbed back in. Glover. 3 ball. Got it. Swish. And a foul. As Richie goes to the bench.
Tryon subbed in just to make it hard to throw a long pass at the end of this half.
That shot clock's going to end his first year. Played his college ball at Texas Southern. It's Berzat. Thompson, who caught fire second part of the first half. Mid-range jumper from the wing goes down for Judah Jordan.
Yeah, Samford tried to change it up, throw a little zone coming out of halftime there, and Mississippi College able to take advantage of it, get an easy shot inside.
Cephas. Cardette. Trying to break his man down. Low block. Friendly roll again. So the freshman from Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, with 11.
Yeah, he's got about 3 inches on Miller on the inside, who's trying to guard him, so just backed him down, get the shot right over the top.
Foul goes to Cephas, his first. And Jason really checking back in. That's really number 3 defending right now. Tre'Davious Thompson. Averages 12, he's right at 12. 3 ball, that's coming up short and missed everything. Judah Jordan. Jordan with Blinn Junior College and Weber State on his resume.
He's been shooting pretty solid from three-point line so far this season, 46%, but not on that one that time.
Cardette muscles inside, too hard. Samford ball.
I think there was some film study shown that tried to tell Cardette, get inside. You got a little height advantage on these guys. Drive to the goal and try to finish at the rim.
He's 6'6". And he's also very quick. They get a Mississippi College.
Yeah, got a hold on the cut there.
On Thompson. Devin Carter will check in for Mississippi College. Miles Miller will check out.
Yeah, Miller's going off the court a little gingerly. May have gotten a little Charlie leg on one of those drives by Cardette.
Really? 3 ball? Too hard.
Yeah, Marshall can shoot the 3, but again, a little over 30% of the three-point line. Probably needs to get one that's more of an inside-out. Bucky McMillan was talking earlier about getting into the lane more, get those kickouts. Just easier to have your shoulders squared on that ball as it's kicked out to you from the three-point line to shoot as opposed to just a swing pass along the arc.
There's that. Jones with a head fake and bangs home a long 2.
Nice little mid-range jumper there by Jones.
5 points in the game.
Thought that'd be easier than driving in on the 6'10" Tryon.
Tryon setting a screen for Cardette's 3 ball. Samford ball.
Mississippi College has done a good job on the boards tonight. Out rebounding Samford so far, 23-22.
Bucky McMillan said on his halftime interview, he said he feels his team should be up by a lot more than they are. There's a beautiful hook shot. Tryon. I don't know, it's just really, some of the numbers are not connecting tonight. I mean, that's the most important number is the score. Nice follow-up by Zach Jones.
Yeah, good offensive rebound. Get that second shot up for Jones. Thompson had kind of driven the lane and drawn off the defender there.
Yeah, you always talk about really what a deadly three-point shooter he is.
Coming in.
Hit open shots. So he just said you got to defend the ball better, and when you get the open look, take it.
Beautiful. 52-33, Samford in front of Mississippi College. Miles Miller tied up. Berzat to the rack, gives it up. Here's a three from the wing. Wes Glover. Three ball really.
Same spot he hit one just a minute ago. Off in that right corner, right next to the bench.
About to say Glover with 6 points. He averages 20. It really hits a bomb, his second. Another wing three, really? In fact, that might have been his cleanest look. The other two were slightly contested better. Berzat loses it to really.
The Bulldogs have pretty balanced scoring so far today. Already have two players in double digits.
Tryon, straight ahead three. But Tryon's Samford and college career high is 19. He has 16 so far tonight. Timeout. Bulldogs leading the Choctaws when we come back. Mississippi College with the ball, setting up an inbounds play. And they find Galen Smith.
Did a good job this half with the pressure from Samford Bulldogs. No turnovers so far in the second half.
Leaner by Miller wouldn't go. Wes Glover. Got it.
That mid-range jump shot's a little bit of a lost art in today's game, but Glover's really good at that, getting into about 10, 15 feet, stopping and popping.
Glover played a total of 51 games for the Florida Gators. Long two goes in. Miller.
I think he's found a good home here with Samford Bulldogs, getting a few more minutes than he was getting with Florida. I think they got him with the charge that time, extended the arm as he was driving on, pushing off the defender. I think the defender was moving that time, but just because of the action of the arm on the push-off, they got Glover with the call.
And it's his second foul. Miles Miller dribbling against Daniel Loback. Get ball in low block for the Choctaws. Galen Smith. Now, because of Tryon, Mississippi College, Boyd, has not gotten on that low block very much tonight.
Yeah, and that time Smith had a pretty good up and under going before getting the ball knocked loose on Marshall. Looked like he was about to get free there, but the quick hands knocked the ball out of bounds first.
Barzak gives up the dribble. That would have been an acrobatic 2 for Judah Jordan, but he does get fouled. It is Loback on the foul, his first. Samford's got 4 new ones ready to check in. First, some free throws coming up for Jordan. And now you will see 4 new guys coming in.
Keeping those fresh legs out there so they can keep the pressure on. Good luxury to have if you have it.
Richardson, Matre, and Quinn Ritchie. Vale. Second coming up from Jordan. Yes. Ritchie gave up the dribble. He needs some help. Gets it from Vale.
Yeah, the Choctaws are doing a good job on defense, keeping the pressure on, making passes hard.
Real good defensive possession. So a long 3. Got it. Jermaine Marshall with the shot clock at 4.
Yeah, good defensive possession until the end, and you end up giving up a 3. Samford's just shooting lights out from the three-point line today.
Ritchie with the rebound.
And it's from a variety of Samford players knocking down the 3 tonight.
Cardette was looking for Ritchie. 2-on-2. And Mississippi College botched it up. You could tell by the reaction of Randy Bolden. It's not what he wanted.
That was only the 6th turnover of the night for the Samford Bulldogs. They've done a good job protecting the ball most of the night. Marshall hit the last 3, so took that quick one there. Probably should have worked that ball around and let it come back to him.
See Zach Jones coming back in for Galen Smith. Jones at 6'7". Mississippi College has a 6'8" guy on the bench from Serbia, Marko Jovanovic, but he has not seen any time yet. Good hands by Ritchie.
Yeah, good hands to disrupting that handoff there.
Antonio Coward.
Yeah, not a good choice that time. He had a 3-on-1 break. Maybe even 4-on-1. He got another player out of the three-point line and took it himself instead of moving that ball, spreading him out a little bit. Matre did a great job stamping in front and drawing that charge, though.
I think those are the possessions that hurt a coach the most.
You'll see it in film the next day.
Right. And you'll replay it a few times.
You'll see it. You'll learn.
Open look. And Bucky coached against him when he was at Hueytown, and Bucky McMillan was at Mountain Brook. And he said to the kid, man, one day I'd love to coach you. And you know, kind of in jest, but who knew that a few years later and one transfer later, Marshall now plays for Bucky McMillan. I think what Will said, here is Marshall trying to finish, but he kicks it out instead. I don't think Bucky McMillan cares so much about his offense or his actual points scored. He'll be called for a travel. Boyd, do you agree with that?
Yeah, you know, he gets a lot of points off those hustle plays.
Right.
You know, you get offensive, like he almost had there, got a little off balance after he got an offensive rebound there. But he brings a lot to the table with the energy defensively and offensively right now, averaging 12.8 points per game and 8.5 rebounds. Yeah, it's
a first-year player. No.
Solid stat line anybody would take.
Yeah, agree.
Means
Foul.
you're involved in touching the ball a lot.
There's the guy we're talking about, Marshall. And then Glover. Glover with a pull-up. And we're talking about the Energizer Bunny. He got hit hard around his chest, maybe even higher.
Yeah, it's just a straight hustle play. He wanted that rebound, going after it. Got his hands on it and drew the foul, too.
Bucky told us, Bucky McMillan of Samford told us in our preseason Zoom conference, he said, I still can't believe I have a chance to coach this kid.
Well, it's a little bit of an undersized big, so that energy really helps him down there to stay active all the time. You know, he doesn't have the height to try on at 6'10", and he's got to guard some big guys down there. He's got to score on them, too.
Well, that basket by Glover will not count. There is a whistle.
Yeah, Glover looked like he was muscling his way to the goal there. He was determined to get there. The refs got him with another push-off as he was driving.
Now, keep an eye on it. That's his third foul.
With as many players as the Bulldogs have been playing tonight, they probably haven't been worried too much about fouls at this point.
Well, I'm shocked that there's nobody already at the scorer's table. Zach Jones, Devin Carter. Around Cephas. Well, Marshall got his hands involved, as did Vale. Back to Jones. Foul on Samford. Jaron really, about to check in, probably for that guy there.
Yeah, Glover just picked up his fourth on that one. You were just talking about
Yeah.
didn't have somebody in there to get him out fast enough.
Jones with his 8th point and the move we talked about, really in for Glover. Kind of a luxury for Bucky McMillan. Really made 6 starts and played very well last year.
Yeah, Samford has 2 really solid ball handlers on the team with Glover and really, so that definitely is a luxury most teams won't have.
Really thought about that 3 for a second.
Well, Choctaws have moved into a zone. He's got to move that ball fast. He can find an open 3 or get the ball in the middle for a kick out.
Marshall, biggest man, turns around, scores.
That's the weakness of a 2-3 zone. If you can get into the high post there in the middle, the defense kind of has to break down. They either got to suck down on you and you can kick out for a 3, or you can knock it down yourself.
10-minute mark. Layup. Judah Jordan. Ritchie, wing 3. Is there a rule that Jermaine Marshall has to be on every loose ball?
Just about every offensive rebound at the moment.
Let's try on.
We chose a good time to highlight him.
Yes. Yes. On cue. Thanks, Jermaine.
That's broadcasting excellence.
Tryon comes in, and Marshall will recharge those batteries. Carter to Jones draws a foul, probably on Tryon.
Well, they found a matchup they liked, really got stuck on the big man there on Jones on the inside, so he posted him up hard and they got the ball down to him, trying to take advantage of that matchup off a switch.
Well, that foul's going to go on really before it even got.
Yeah, he was holding and scrapping, trying not to let the 6'7" guy get the ball.
Tell you, we've said this for a couple of years. We lead the SoCon in sound off of the rim. No one's got it better than us. We should win an audio Emmy. Riley's 3-ball. A little too hard. Then Vail collided with Jones. Vail, as just said, scored hard to the ball.
Yeah, after a pretty clean first half, we're already in the bonus here for Choctaws for the last half. Well, any more fouls, it'll be double bonus. But again, you can't really fault that one. Vail's going hard, trying to get that offensive rebound. That happens.
Zach Jones sitting on 9 points. Bucky McMillan, second year. First year, Randy Bolden. Jones trying to get to 10 points. He averages 9.6. He's going to stay at 9, second straight miss.
Yeah, missed a couple opportunities there at the free throw line to get some easy ones.
Really passes up to Vail, and on the move by Vail, there is another foul.
I think they got him stepping on the out-of-bounds line as he was getting ready to drive baseline. Not a lot of room from baseline to that three-point line in that corner.
Kick. Substitution as Matre comes in for Vail. No, Vail's disappointing. He doesn't get a lot of minutes, but he plays awfully hard. Tryon with the good hands. And Marcellus Vail hasn't lit the scoreboard up. And you certainly want results if you're Vail. You play so hard offensively and defensively. Long three. And a second chance goes down for Galen Smith.
Well, it's okay to know your role. You know, Vail's role is to come in, and first thing is high energy on the defensive end. You know, when you're in there, he doesn't want his man to score. He's not really looking to score all the time. There's other Bulldogs that are doing that for the team.
Tryon trying to tap it in without coming down. Jones with the baseline jumper.
Closer again, it's only a 19-point game at the moment.
Which means, Boyd, it's only been a 1-point differential here in the second half. Samford has outscored Mississippi College by 1 in this half. Matre, Kafis for a 3-bomb.
The 12th three-pointer of the night for Samford.
Big weapon tonight, and Kafis has 3 of those.
Big weapon. They're going to be a tough out all season if they can shoot over 50%, 40% from the three-point line, hit double digits of threes.
Offensive on Mississippi College. One of the best teams in the nation, year after year after year. Always on that edge of the NCAA tournament. Belmont will come here on Sunday, and that will be a great test for Bucky McMillan and his Bulldogs.
It'll be last season the Bulldogs went to Belmont and pulled a little upset on the Bruins before they went on a multiple game winning streak. Sam was able to get the best of them.
Six to shoot. Campbell 3.
It's what we talked about before. Campbell's little three-point shot. It seems like such a calm little set shot almost that he's shooting out there. Doesn't get a lot of elevation off the ground, just casual and smooth.
Nice entry pass inside of Galen Smith. All right, let's push one in.
Casual on his layups, too. That's a nice shot.
I like to see his heart rate.
Yeah, over a defender, a little bank shot. Use the glass softly.
Galen Smith, so the two teams exchanging baskets now.
Yeah, both big men for the Choctaws now in double digits.
That's right. Really getting a lot of pressure from Berzat. Really, look at that soft kick. And then Angel Smith with the move, the follow, and the bucket. Points number 3 and 4 on the season for Smith, who's also from Fort Lauderdale.
You know, we mentioned really it's a pass-first point guard. He didn't want the layup underneath, kicked it out quickly to Smith on the wing when he was under the goal a minute ago.
Jaden Campbell wants 3 more. Comes out.
You can't miss much more nicely than that one. Rolling around the rim, almost in and out for Campbell.
Is that what you told your coaches here at Samford? Here comes Campbell. Look out. Missed. So, Coach, that was I know I missed, but it was a nice miss.
Hey, I think coaches will take smooth. They can tell you're a good shooter when those balls come softly off the rim.
Galen Smith now with 12 points in the game. As you mentioned, both of the big guys for the Choctaws double digits. Smith muscles in and draws the whistle.
Yeah, the big men have had a nice little game for the Choctaws. You got Jones with 11 points and 10 rebounds. Got a double-double for him. He's about to check back in. Then Galen Smith also with 12 points on 6 of 7 shooting and 5 rebounds.
It is Smith who picks up that foul, by the way, Boyd. And here is the other Smith, Angel. Well, talk about that broadcast whammy. He's now 3 for 3 on the season, limited playing time. Did Glover miss from the line tonight? Because Will Hudson put the whammy on him, and I don't think he shot free throws.
Yeah, Glover hadn't been to the free throw line tonight.
So he could miss if you don't go.
That's right.
Angel Smith remains perfect from the line.
The streak still lives.
And so does Will Hudson for another day. Approaching 4 minutes. Nice move by Zach Jones.
Yeah, a little easy there for the Choctaw, beating the pressure. When he beat it, they get down there before Samford could get set back in the half-court defense, score easy at the goal.
Vale back in the game. Ritchie. Low back. Ritchie. Low back with 5, makes his move. Empty.
Change of coach, and not always easy to take over after a legend like Roy Williams when he retired.
Nice turnaround, won't go. Vale on the rebound. Richardson Matre. Nope. Final year for Coach K. Matre with the board. Low back gets hammered by his Jones.
That's great pass to the inside to Loback by Vale, finding the cutter down to the block.
After high school, Loback went to a prep school. Then he played for Rutgers a couple games. It's a free throw here. Got hurt. Received the medical red shirt. And I mentioned he's from Durham. And we talked about Duke and their basketball prowess. Daniel Loback's parents are both physicians at Duke.
assume he's been around that campus a little bit then.
Yeah. Doctor and Doctor. Low back. You ever been there? Either Duke, Carolina, NC State, anything?
Oh, been through both campuses. Never been to a game in either arena, but I've been in both arenas.
Zach Jones powers his way for two. For those who have never been there, here's a three-ball veil. Duke, of course, the historic stone buildings and campus feel that it's in the 1800s, an Ivy League approach, and then Carolina all powder blue everywhere. And they're only about 8 miles apart, but difference in the way they look. Aesthetic value.
Makes for a great rivalry in basketball, though.
It is the best.
Yeah.
It's number one in college basketball. Angel Smith. Good hustle by the Samford defense. Bucky McMillan on the floor. Vale, Lowback, Ritchie, Matrey, and Smith. And you would not say those five together often, but he's rewarding these guys for their defense and their effort. And speaking of rewarding, some brand new players are coming off the bench. Get ready to check in.
Yeah, it's good in games like this that everybody has worked so hard in practice all this time that doesn't usually get in games is going to get a chance to come in and play.
Ritchie, three ball. You know why he hit it? Because he wanted those bench guys to come in.
Yeah.
Right?
Coach McMillan just called a quick timeout, but just a rotation change, not actually taking a timeout, just to get the guys on the floor to finish up these last 2 minutes.
Help me if I miss somebody. Clay Holmes, Grayson Walters, Brian Smith, and that's Charlie Morrison on defense.
You're going to hear the student body just pulling for people to jack some threes here in a minute as soon as they touch it on the other side.
No doubt. Miles Miller, under 2 minutes remaining. There's Miller for a three. Brian Smith with the rebound. Clay Holmes, a local product.
Rotate that ball, get it to the inside against the zone, kick out threes.
Holmes had a nice head fake. Here's a wide open three. Put back, Grayson Walters.
Great extra pass there to get the open three for Morrison. And then a good hustle to get the second shot on the offensive rebound by Walters.
Under 1 minute remaining, and Samford's about to go 6-1. Good defense.
Yeah, blocked by Smith on the inside off that drive.
Smith, Holmes, three. Samford bench going wild, going crazy. Holmes gonna, he got the offensive.
Got to reward him for taking the blow, right? Holmes stepped in front and took it from the big man going to the goal.
How many times did Holmes do that in practice?
Yeah, took it from the big man, 6'7", Jones.
Naked eye game speed, I was about to say block, but you look at it again on replay, that was the right call. Holmes is a lefty, by the way. Smith, reverse, no. Down to 12 seconds. Devin Carter, here comes Samford. Stolen away, and a whistle. It's Charlie Morrison right there. We're in the double three.
Got himself in the box score with one foul here with 5 seconds left.
As would I. You put Bloom in with 5 seconds, I got to get into the score. I want to know, I want to let the family know I played.
That's right, it's there.
I played. I don't want to see all zeros. There's Carter.
that also gives him the chance to get the ball back to get one more shot up, too, with 5 seconds
I
left,
think
right?
that's why he did it. Pair of Devin Carter free throws. I think Samford's going to just eat it.
Yeah.